All right, bro. A.Rowe
Yes, sir.
for Spitters Only. It's good to see you, bro.
Yeah, great to see you, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, big dog. Let's just start from the very beginning, my man. Let's talk about your childhood. What was it like for you growing up? And what was some of your favorite memories?
Well, I grew up around the greater Seattle area. Earliest memories I can really think of. The CD, I grew up on Spruce, like right down the street from Rotary, Boys and Girls Club. I went to school, Leschi. So, those would pretty much be some of my earliest ones. And then after that, I moved to the west. Stayed right off of Del Ridge, right down the block from Southwest Community Center. Some more of my early childhood memories. Had some fun times both places.
Okay. You starting in the CD, and growing up down the street from like Rotary. You have any like early memories in the area
Around the area, just hooping. A couple of the people, that I grew up around and stuff like that would, Tony Roden. We went to the same school together, and our names are so close. We basically had to deal with that a lot. Anthony Rowe, Anthony Roden. Like literally hearing that all the time at school or hearing it at the Boys and Girls Club. Luckily, he go by Tony. I don't go by Tony. So it was easier to kind of, deal with it, decipher that.
You guys are the same age.
He's a year younger than me.
Oh, okay.
1 year younger than me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But, yeah, just grew up around that. Just, seeing his game and stuff like that. He was definitely special early. You can definitely see how he was different from other kids and stuff. But I just love being in that environment, yeah. Leschi had some good times. Rotary had some great times too there, hooping, having fun, Boys and Girls Club. Great experience.
Yeah, Rotary is definitely top tier, legendary.
Definitely legendary.
Legendary. So many memories. Bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, obviously, hooping. Did you ever play AAU?
A little bit for Rotary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What made you go with your rap name, A.Rowe? I know that's like your name, like your first and last name combined, but what made you stick with that?
Earlier, when I started getting more into rapping, I met one of my best friends. He rapped at the time. We tried to put together a little two-man group like Method Man and Redman, and it wasn't working. The name I came up with, I ain't gonna tell y'all the name, but it just fell into that era of the Youngs and the Lils. I was just trying to fit into that mold, and it didn't really work. It didn't really suit me. It didn't make sense. So I just thought about what makes the most sense, what's authentic to me, and my name, A.Rowe. It's the easiest thing that you can think of. It's the realest thing about you. It's the first thing you give it when you come here.
What's some of your earliest influences as to how and why you got started making music?
Definitely my dad. We used to take trips, just like road trips. We'll go down to like Portland. We'll slide to Idaho. He had a girl that he used to deal with out there, so we would go out there from time to time, see her. And he grew up listening to, 80s R&B, 80s rap, 90s R&B, 90s rap. But in that transition there, you'll get some of those rappers that he loved that do songs with long ass beats. So you got one of his favorite artists is Slick Rick. So he'll do his song, and then at the end he just has the beat just running. And my dad could freestyle. Didn't understand it, didn't know how it was possible. He'll freestyle for like a minute straight and then try to throw it to me. Nah, I didn't understand how to do it. But after that, I would just take the words when I got home, think of words and write them down, and then start making my own raps. And then, unfortunately, in 2004, the beginning of 2004, my dad ended up going to prison. And that was just a way for me to, you know, in a certain way, still connect with him. So that's kind of what got me into rap, and then helped me also deal with that at the same time.
Okay. Before I even get to the next, so what's it like dealing with a father in jail? I mean, in prison. At what age did you say?
11. It was right before I turned 12. Right
Okay.
before I turned 12.
How did that feel as a young kid
Dealing with that,
that age?
it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie. Just because around the same time, my great grandmother had passed away, like a month before that. So my great grandmother had passed away, and I wasn't always around my dad. My mom and my dad weren't together. So my dad lived in Tacoma. My mom was living in the West at the time. So I would see him once, maybe twice a month, and that was our time. But I was around my mom's more so. But with my dad, you know, that father-son connection. So I could link up with him, and it's like I didn't been around him all the time. So when he went to prison, it did mess with me in a different way. And, you know, constantly, you know, seeing him, receiving phone calls and everything from him, thinking he was going to get out, you know, within a certain amount of time, and that time never came. Eventually, you just move on to it. So it was a difficult experience to deal with. Definitely as an adolescent, getting ready to go into, you know, become a teen, and then eventually go into adulthood. That was difficult, not having that father figure there. But we made it work.
Was it a long time?
Yeah, my dad went to prison. That was in 2004, and then he got out in 2016. So 12 years. 12 years at that time, and since then he's been back and forth, parole violations and shit like that a couple times. So he's back there right now. So hopefully, you know, God willing, you know, everything work out, he'll be out in 10 months. So
hopefully,
yeah.
Sorry to hear that, bro.